Hello everyone, it's Luke here from the Bohemian Grove Epic Podcast. I'm here in Utah, joined in real life, in person for the first time ever by Joe and Winston.
Whoa.
Hello.
We're here today to fire out guns seen in the hit game Escape From Tarkov. Winston, do you want to tell them what kind of stuff we'll be doing to test out the viability of these weapons?
So we're going to test out the control and reloadability of the different guns by having a couple of people of different skill levels perform a build drill where we're going to hit 6 rounds as fast as you can on target, and then we'll look at times and hits and see what we can conclude.
So I'm dressed up all nice today. I'm a scav, I'm a civilian that stayed behind during the fall of the Tarkov economic district, so I don't have a lot of experience with guns. I just shot my first one yesterday. Then we have Joe here, who we're referring to as the Timmy.
Ah, man!
He's a USAC combat operative, but he's level 1 to 5, doesn't have the flea market, but he's been trained in the military, so he's got a little bit of experience with guns, knows what he's doing. Then we've got Winston, the W key hulking Chad. Maxed out strength, maxed out endurance, W keys into every single fight, only runs meta builds. Very, very experienced in his field. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Winston, what is our first gun?
We're going to start with the PP19, also known as the Vityaz. It's an AK and 9mm. It takes 9mm and it has an EOTech on it. Okay, who's gonna build first? Luke? Load him up.
So this is drill 1.
Give it a tug, make sure it's chambered. If the mag's in.
Checking the chambered. We are in. We are live, cameras. We are live.
When you hear the beep, so get in a position, like have your gun ready. When you hear the beep, you're gonna fire your 6 rounds on, do the right target. Fire 6 rounds as fast as you can on the right target, okay?
Okay.
Shooter ready.
Ready.
Stand by. Okay.
Oh, block.
275. We'll check hits after we shoot the other target. So Joe, you're next. Shooter ready?
Yep.
Stand by.
That's 5? Yeah.
Whoops. Oh man!
Fuck.
422.
Okay. Wow, Luke mogged you.
I just didn't know I shot 5.
Scavs on top. Scavs on top.
Have you counted before?
Yeah, no, it sounded like 6.
All right. You saw me. You saw Joe. Now it's Winston's turn.
And we also have 2 secret special assistants who are even more experienced than I. Yeah.
There you go.
153.
Yup. All A's, I think? Hell yeah.
So as you can see by our first test, Winston managed to hit the target in record time in all the right places. Wink.
Next firearm, MP5. This is a clone, but it's a similar idea. And this one also has an EOTech and a BCM gunfighter grip. It's a German hood classic.
It's a Peacekeeper level 1 classic. 4 of each kind of scab knives, and you're getting yourself one of these. Beautiful, lovely with green tracer. This is an early wipe classic.
Stand by.
Boom.
276.
276. That was like 0.01 different than your Vityaz time.
I had to take way more time to aim with this.
Shooter ready? Yep.
6 shots.
Yeah.
Stand by.
Nice. Dude, those first 5 were like, that was peak.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready.
Tight group on the B, Winston.
Thank you, sir.
159.
That's very similar to my last one. We have a 545 AK, specifically an AKS 74N with the folding stock and optic mount. It's in 545. It has no attachments
Show the
on
other
it.
camera.
It's probably 50 condition. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Take some time to find your sights and get situated with the platform.
Not the most intuitive. Am I left target or right target?
Right target.
Right target, okay.
Shooter ready.
Ready.
Stand by.
Oh, 6.
Ah! It was pretty good
Joe
too.
Blender.
I get what Joe's saying though. 6 does not feel natural.
You guys are crazy.
Well, you guys do it all the fucking time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, keep in mind, my gun ginity was lost yesterday.
Build drills aren't like crazy standard.
But like 6. You know 30 is also divisible by 5, right?
Yeah, it's also divisible by 6. And 3.
Yeah,
And 30.
And 7.
And 30. And 7 if you believe in decimals. Okay. Shooter ready.
Left.
Left.
Shooter ready.
Stand by. .192, that's solid. With the little bursty boy. This guy's a burst fetishist.
What do you think about the AK, Luke?
I hate the iron sights more than anything.
I hate the iron sights too with this helmet.
Shooter ready.
Ready.
Stand by.
Yeah. That's what I got for my other ones. Now we have a stand-in for an AKMN. This is an Arsenal SAM 7. It's not an AKMN because it's milled, but it does have the dovetail optics rail. We have an EKP Cobra sight and a nice M4 stock on it that looks kind of like an AK-12. We're just using FMJ 762x39. Simple as. Which dot do you want?
Carrot dot.
Carrot dot? Oh, I think you already, that's what you said it to last.
Whoa, that is not the carrot dot,
Oh,
brother.
whoops. I was.
That is the worst one. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. All right.
Which one's the worst one, though?
Three lines with a space in the middle is
Oh,
the
yeah.
worst.
That's real. Okay. Shooter ready.
Ready?
Stand by. We see the recoil greatly affects follow-up shots.
I think I missed my 4th shot, low key.
Okay, shooter ready.
Shooter ready.
Stand by. .199. Nice.
Same as my last one.
That was the last one?
Same as 119. I had 194 in the last one.
What if a gun doesn't matter?
All right, shooter ready.
Ready.
Stand by.
That was pretty bad.
All right, Winston, tell them what we got.
Okay. Now we have an SKS, a verifiable Scav Classic, 10-round internal mag. None of this Tapco Stendo crud from the game. We got stripper clips to feed it with. Why don't I show that here? Stripper clips. No, none of these in Tarkov. They totally should be. These aren't the worst stripper clips. They aren't the best. Yeah. I'm gonna put on safe, practice your side alignment, and then I think you're not gonna like this one.
I absolutely hated this in the video game until they did the recoil rework, but then it was broken. But it was at that point that I wasn't using it. So I'm gonna put it into fire.
Okay, shooter ready?
Sure.
Stand by. Nice. 389.
Yeah, that was pretty unpleasant, bro. Not gonna lie to you.
Shooter ready.
Shooter ready.
Stand by.
Hit him in the back, bro.
219.
1B.
Oh, damn.
I was low key on with that. This gun
Dude.
is actually viable after the recoil buff.
For fuck's sake,
Yeah,
lad.
as a W keying Chad/Chud, this is not my weapon of choice.
The Scoos.
Nah. All right. Ready? Oh!
307.
Joe mogged me. All right, now we got a AR-15/M4. But here's a Geisley Super Duty ARP. We got the SBA-3 base on it, the BCM gunfighter, the Holosun LS-321, and the HHS hybrid sight. ACH charging handle. This is like full on in the game. Yup. You ready?
Ready.
Woo!
I missed so many of those shots, dude.
244.
That fireball.
Yeah, the fireball was insane.
That was crazy.
This one like kicks left and right a lot.
You ready?
Ready. Safety. I'm gonna go left again.
Okay, good. We'll go.
Ready?
Ready.
Stand by.
Nice.
174.
Nice.
Right target, lad.
Ready?
Stand by.
Fireball is ridiculous.
56.
1.56.
Yep.
That's like my number.
Let's
today.
take a look.
All right, you want to transition us?
Oh yeah. Okay. Excuse the break. We were attacked by a rogue friend invite.
The rogue came by.
Now we're going on to the battle rifles. We're starting with the FAL. This is a SA-58 with the Magpul PRS, the Trichagon MRO, not in the game, and the BCM Gunfighter. Yeah, this thing's womps.
Oh, okay.
That's embarrassing.
Okay.
This gun is so incredibly heavy compared to all the rest, bro.
Heavy.
This gun is so heavy compared to all the rest. Am I left or right though?
Fire now.
Okay. You good, Luke?
Sure, man, sure.
Shoot ready.
Ready.
Stand by. .391.
Holy kick, dude. Oh my god.
Yup. Shoot ready.
Ready.
Stand by. .320.
Dude, the bullets are over there. How the hell are they doing that?
I need more bullets. Luke, 6C.
6C?
Yeah.
Dude, I
consistent.
suck balls. I thought I hit 6A on that.
2A4C.
But they were all right next to each other? That's crazy.
Yeah, look at
Walk them down the line, dude.
On Parkway Gardens and them, bro. I thought I had all A's. Like Winston over here, straight A.
Ready? What?
Uh-oh.
Oh, brother! Chinese ammo! Total failure to extract. Failure to open, even. How embarrassing. My gun must have been a low durability. Okay, let me get my nail clippers. I can tighten this.
Oh look, who lost the screw?
Whoa! I wonder when that came out.
Huh.
That might have came out at TNT for all we know.
What happened?
There's a missing screw.
Oh.
Yeah, they're all loose.
Oh,
All of them
man.
are loose. Actually, no, the front ones are no, that one's loose.
I've never even heard of that happening. Okay. After that strange FAL screw failure for being at low durability, we have a Meta SR25. It's not actually an SR25, it's an LMT thing. We got the CAC, the suppressor, the EOTech, and the PRS. Yeah.
Just run them through it though, you know, because this Gen 3 PRS right here,
Yeah.
this is the Meta recoil attachment. The CAC, I mean, it's not the Meta foregrip, but that's 7 ergo right there. The P-mags over all the steel mags, that's 3 more ergo than you'd get. And the hollow, that's just for chadding out. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir.
This one might be even heavier than the FAL. This is weird with the irons up and the EOTech.
It is. Think of the ergo boost though.
Oh yeah, but you can keep them folded down though. You know?
Whew.
Oh, the smell, dude.
378.
Smell on that is so bad.
Bloody mother. Yeah.
3 of those shells landed under
Didn't
the tripod
register?
for this camera.
Bruh.
Suppressed, it's too quiet, dude.
What do you approximate it was?
Like this. If you want, I can just like look at the footage and put it in post.
Real? Yeah, okay, TBD.
And does it?
That's probably
does
like
it end on
250,
exactly the 6th
240.
shot?
It ends exactly after the final shot.
Okay, yeah, nice. We'll do that.
Oh, dude, I was busting on that.
Oh wait,
oh
we
my
had
God.
Yeah.
Wait, why is there a 7?
2A 4C for Joe.
Why are there
How about-
7
how about
shots
Luke?
Whoa,
in
that's
this?
crazy.
What's Joe? What's Luke? I mean.
I don't know. There's 7 holes.
Drop the lowest.
Dude, I'm 5A 1C.
Yeah.
This just in, I'm fucking nuts.
Ready.
Uh, 176.
Woo!
We're now back here in Winston's sub-basement after the shoot, and we're gonna compare results. We're gonna see who shot the best, who shot the worst. And then Winston has a point system that's drafted up from the bill tests that'll actually explain our accuracy and compare it with the time between shots. So Winston, you wanna tell us about that?
Yeah, so we ended up only doing the bill drill out of time and other factors like weird guys rolling up on us. But to measure bill drill competency and therefore weapon proficiency, we're doing a hit factor scoring, which is a common shooting competition scoring. It's essentially points divided by time. Pretty simple. Time is obvious. We had our little shot timer that beeps and tracks your shots. And then points. On our cardboard man cutouts that you'll see, the center mass and center of head is an A zone, which is worth 5 points. Outside of the A zone is the C zone, worth 3 points. The D zone, worth 0 points. And then a miss is negative 10 points. So it really penalizes you for missing, but it's not that bad if you don't hit perfect center mass every time. It's a solid scoring system that's pretty standard among shooters.
Is this how the Marines score it?
I have no idea. This is how old heads at the shooting competition score
So
it.
the Wilson Raisin militia squad registered army scores.
Death Squad.
Death Squad 6.
Yeah, so with that in mind, before we get to the hard data, I want to hear opinions on personal favorites and general thoughts about shooting with your level. So Luke, as the least experienced shooter, if you could tell us about your general experience with the guns and give me your top 3 favorite guns to use.
So I think my number 1 favorite out of all those was, just like day 1, was the PP19 Vityaz. One, it was kitted out really well, so I think that gives it a little bit of an advantage. Recoil wasn't too bad. I think I was pretty accurate with that, but overall it just felt nice to use. I didn't have to strain too much to put my head in a weird position just to use it. But then my close second to that is the AR-10 that we used. That was big, kitted out. It gets a lot of drip points from me, but at the same time, comparing it to the other 308 that we shot, the FAL, that one kicked a lot less and handled a lot better, but it was really heavy. So yeah, those are my overall opinions. Those are my top 2.
I have to go with the AK-74. I mean, I think I did my best with the AK-74, but I just love it. It's such a straight shooter. The muzzle brake it just looks so good. I love the mixture of bakelite and wood and the skeleton stock. I've always loved it in the game as well. It's just, it's one of those guns that just has so much charm, but also so much just practicality. And you don't miss. It's really hard to miss. You just gotta line the iron sights, and if we had a really on-point red dot on that thing, I think it would be a really consistent rifle, more than it already is. I really like that gun.
Quite reasonable. I'm a big practical head. I really like the M4. It has a good optics setup, good grip on the front. You really can't go wrong. It's just very comfortable to shoot. It has a funny fireball. Other than that, the SR25 performed really well. Is one of the better shooting 308s I've experienced. Very well-tuned recoil, especially with the suppressor on it. And it wasn't too gassy, which is a incredible problem with suppressors. Other than that, the AK-74 was also quite excellent. And if that was more kitted out, I think it really could have been a contender. And I understand why guns get kitted out. You can improve seconds, improve points just by adding a little kit, a little optic where you don't have to get your head all the way down. It's the little things that make up the differences when you're shooting fast and shooting accurate. So with that in mind, we can start to review the data. Luke, your top 3 guns in order from a best to worst hit factor were the MP5, the Vityaz, and the M4.
Those are my top 3?
Yes, those are your top 3.
Honestly, that's really surprising. I don't remember doing that great with them, but except for the Vityaz, I remember that, but MP5 surprises me a little bit.
Yeah. The MP5 was actually in everyone's top 3. Everybody shot well with it.
I don't think that should be that surprising though.
Joe, your top 3 were the AKS-74N, the M4, and the MP5. So I find it interesting that the 74N did better than the M4 for you, despite having no kit. It could be the longer barrel, made it a little easier to control the recoil. It could be just your affinity for the platform.
I just like it.
Contributed to it. Yeah, you enjoyed it more, and so you shot a little faster. And you've probably shot that AK more than you've shot
More than
the
all of
M4.
them, yeah.
Yeah. Experience matters. Sometimes more than kit.
Yeah.
My top 3 were the Vityaz, the M4, and the MP5. Kind of a super basic top 3, like the most kitted out and controllable guns were the ones I did the best with, because I've also practiced with them a lot. Pretty lame conclusion.
Yeah, as a preface, the M4 is literally Winston's daily rifle. Anytime he goes shooting, he usually brings that. So it's the one he trains with nearly every time he shoots. So it's not like, it's no surprise he did well with it.
And then the Vityaz I train a lot with as well, and it's one of my most fired 9mm guns. Okay, then we can go to the most consistent. To do this, I use Excel to find the standard deviation of the data set, and the lowest standard deviation in hit factor were the SKS, the MP5, and the Vityaz. Now the SKS, obviously a weird one because it's not going to come up in any other list because we all did kind of poorly with it, but it was consistently bad. It was the only rifle stocked gun we brought, and I think it was just kind of awkward for everyone to adapt because we mostly shoot pistol grip, tactical carbine. Even these guys, you don't shoot very much.
I think that's the least ergonomic gun that we shot the entire day.
Most definitely, most definitely.
And the oldest. It's the least. It's the most obsolete out of all of them.
1954 manufacture, 1945 design. And it shows. It's very not optimal.
Yeah, no muzzle device. Pretty much the same weight as the AKM. Maybe slightly heavier, maybe slightly lighter. Especially with the helmets. I feel like I had an okay time with not having a helmet on and being kind of free with my headphones and my hat, but still it just kicks. You can't really go. You can't shoot it very quickly and be accurate. There's
actually an interlude I want to say. The Tarkov meta of using the Gen 3 PRS stock is awful. I couldn't stand the PRS stock. It was just really unfriendly with the helmet and how the helmet ear pro mounts on you. If I were wearing a helmet, a SOP mod or a Daniel Defense stock or a Magpul CTR type thing would be much better because even at the lowest cheek riser setting, the PRS is like annoyingly high, and it was really hard to get a proper sight picture with the, say, even a high-mounted EOTech. So I think, PRS is not a tactical, fast-moving stock. It's a precision rifle stock in the name for a reason. And Tarkov.
I want to say, as a scab with some pretty uncannily long arms, the PRS Gen 3 was actually too short for me, and having to extend it, I don't know if you put it back after, but
I'm actually talking about the height, not the length.
Oh, the height.
Yeah.
I thought the PRS Gen 3 was perfect. Not something I would come across a lot as a scab. I'd obviously have to make a play if I wanted that, maybe kill a raider. But yeah, I feel like that was the most ergonomic gun that I remembered. That was, I think, felt the best.
The SR-25?
Yeah, it felt the most natural to me, especially even as a beginner. It just felt really strange, but that was a really good gun.
It's interesting. Yeah, my most ergonomic with the helmet was the M4. Good, back to that. Then the other two most consistent with the MP5 and the Vityaz. They're 9mm carbines, very little recoil. It makes sense that our scores would be closer.
We should also say that the SKS, it was only consistent in terms of how bad we all did. The SKS was just the most consistently, the worst performing for all of us, just because obviously it's 80 years old, so it's what do you expect?
Yeah. Okay. Now we can go to the highest. Number 1. Any guesses?
You mean the highest performer?
The highest hit factor of any gun.
MP5.
I want to say the Vityaz.
M4.
M4?
M4 had the highest hit factor.
I guess that is kind of Tarkov's all-arounder, huh?
Yeah, it's maybe an ADAR because it wasn't full auto, but
Oh, good one. Good point. Good point.
an SR-15 type of thing, TX-15. Anyway, yeah, the M4, really great. I mean, it's an M4. Like, it's the best gun in the world.
Tried and true.
It's the best rifle in the world, and I think you can. It's kind of hard to argue that. Number 2, what do you think?
It's either between the MP5 and the Vityaz.
MP5. MP5 came in at number 2. Vityaz is not on this list, believe it or not.
AK-74 then.
It's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my guess.
Yeah.
With, as you might expect, intermediate caliber shine. Okay, now we can talk about human ranking by gun. For the SKS, we had Ian in the lead, then me, then Keo, then Joe and Luke. Not much to say there. The AKMN, which is a gun that barely showed up in our top rankings. Only Keo had it in his top 3, and it came up in no other top stat. That was me, Keo, Ian, Joe, and Luke. Then we go to the M4, where the track gets broken a bit. We have me, Ian, then Joe, then Keo, then Luke.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. And then we have the 74N, where the track gets broken yet again, and we can see another example of passion for the platform outshining like skill, where we have me, then Joe, then Ian, then Keo, then Luke. Then we have the SR25, where we see the biggest switch up of the day, where a young scav pulled through and beat out a low-level PMC, where we have Keo, Winston, Ian, Luke, then Joe.
This is the win for Scav kind. Let's fucking go.
And I think this shows that an ergo build, where the user feels like the gun is comfortable, can give you the advantage over a more experienced player. Because Luke, with his low experience but high ergo build, was able to outperform Joe with a build that maybe wasn't as ergonomic to him, maybe wasn't as fun to him. And yeah, so Joe, did you find the SR25 particularly enjoyable or ergonomic?
I don't really remember. I don't know. I just like the
There you go.
AK-74.
He didn't even
I
care.
no, I don't really care. I don't know. I used the FAL, and the FAL, I've always liked the FAL, and that one jumps around a lot. And the SA-25, I don't know, probably just had a bad couple shots.
So then we go to the Vityaz, kind of a standard one. Winston, Ian, Keo, Joe, Luke. In the MP5, Winston, Ian, Joe, Keo, then Luke. So just, yeah, pretty much. I mean, the theme of the day was the more experienced shooters did better.
Who would have fucking guessed? Who would have guessed that the guys that go out to the desert nearly every week did better than the 2 guys that fly out here once a year?
But it's also interesting to see that, like a good setup that you enjoy can make the difference.
And once in a while, a low-level scav with something as dumb as a Keter will leg meta a level 62 Giga Chad like this guy, will take his exfil helmet, will take his Fort Defender 2, and we'll run off with it. And you know what I do with it? I quick sell it to Fence.
Yeah.
Because I know he has it insured. I know he has it insured, and I want to make sure he doesn't get it back. That's the main goal here. I'm not going to run it on my PMC. I'm a scav man. I get all my stuff for free, and then I sell it back. That's what I do. All I'm saying, it's about spite.
Facts. One other question: what would you guys take into Tarkov if Tarkov had 100% real-life accurate guns and you were as skilled as you are in real life?
Not knowing all the most about real life guns, I'd opt to take the coolest gun, that being the SIG MCX rocking CBJ at Skier level 4. Or no, that got changed to Peacekeeper level 4. Fuck Battle State. But yeah, SIG MCX was, I think, one of the coolest.
What would you take out of the guns you shot?
Out of the guns I shot?
Yeah.
Well, I don't have access to traders. So 308 is out of the question.
What if you had? I mean, this is if like your scav was a billion karma to the point where you could choose any gun that we have.
Where if I could buy it from Fence.
Yeah, any gun, any attachment combo.
Into Tarkov, not the Vityaz, not enough stopping power, unfortunately.
That's fair. That's fair.
The FAL hurts my shoulder too much.
Okay.
Probably the trusty ADAR.
Real, yeah.
I think if you can somehow manage to scrape up some M855 from Fence, you know, if you land a few consistent headshots on a U-lock, you're making a play.
That's true. And in real life, one M855 would go straight through a new lock.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So, as a scav, I just have to hit one lucky bullet with some shit M4 I bought from a secondhand dealer, and hopefully I make a play.
It's real.
AK-74, no question.
Who saw that coming? What would you put anything on it?
Well, we don't have any of these, but I probably put, because I am a fiend for any obscure, stupid, obsolete, bulky, garbage sights, and most of them come from Russia. So I probably put the 1P29 or the 1P78 Kashtan, both of which I love, but also, I don't know, if I had the option to trick it out, I'd trick it out. Obviously some Zenit, but Zenit's also very, 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 very heavy. Honestly, you know, if I just had like a really simple red dot, like a rail EOTech, something, even a fucking Walther airsoft sight, that was sighted properly, I think that gun would shine.
What about you, Winston? What's your go-to in a demilitarized zone?
It's like an M4. Like, it's just,
I'd take an M4 with an EOTech and a hand stop and a IR laser.
it's crazy. It's literally the setup you use. It's crazy.
It works from like 10 to 500 meters, and there's nothing to it. It's that simple. It's just good. And yeah, M4 works with the helmet. I don't need to modify my kit to suit the weapon. The weapon suits me no matter what. Yeah, simple as that. M4.
And there you guys have it. Range Day in Utah turned into statistical analysis of who would best survive a demilitarized zone with an ongoing conflict.
Yeah.
That's all for tonight, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. This has been another episode of Bohemian Grove, and good night.
Good night. I thought I did. Oh, whoops. Okay.
I don't know what these goobs are doing.
You have to send one straight into the ground while you're standing there. Just like fake ND into the ground.
Ready? Oh!
Bro. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. God damn it, bro.
We got one good mag out of it. Oh! Fuck!
Oh, fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
That was the most pathetic one yet.
Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
Okay, well, I think we found our post video blooper.
I think we did.